What's up, guys? This is Adam with Hurley Films, and I got a little treat, I guess. I don't know if it's a treat, but I got a video. How about that? So this is a Echo brush hog trimmer thing. I don't know exactly what it's specifically called, but I call it a little brush hog trimmer. And what this has on it is, instead of a weed eater line, it has a blade. And so this is the one that came with it. It's just an Echo blade, and this lasted about 2 pieces of brush. It's not really, it's not that great. So on Facebook and on, I've seen this on YouTube, I've seen other things, but I've always thought it was a little gimmicky, and so I was like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna fall for the gimmicks. But my dad did. He bought a couple of these blades. And I don't know if you can see this, but if you look at the front edge of this blade, you'll notice that it's got chainsaw teeth on these blades, and they are sharp. I mean, they're not messing around. So today there's a few trees that I want to try to get. It's got some really low undergrowth under it, and I want to try to go attack them with this and see what happens. So I've got this, I got the blade off from the old Echo blade off, and I've got this ready to go now. Got the grass cleaned out of it and stuff, but it's super simple. This goes back on. There's a little hole right here on the side that you can stick I just stick a screwdriver in it. You're supposed to like have a part or a piece for it, and I lost it a long time ago. This actually rotates, I believe. Let's see, I should have looked at that first. So this rotates this direction, so I got the blade on it with the arrows turning that way. Today is my lovely wife's birthday, Casey's birthday. Here she is. So tell her happy birthday. And then the actual nut that holds it on is opposite. It's counter whatever that means, because I can't remember. So instead of righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, it's actually the opposite. So once it gets to this point, so when we get this around, line it up with that hole so we can hold it and make it tight. Yeah. Boom. Just like that. Screwdriver back in. And last, we have a little cotter pin that goes through just for extra safeties, to make sure that this nut doesn't fly off and this blade doesn't fly off going 1,000,000 miles an hour and slice someone's leg off, because that would be bad, contrary to popular belief. We got that hooked up and ready. Let's go see what it does. I'm holding back any opinions I have about this. I'm trying to say, you know what? I've seen it online, and it worked really great when I saw it in the videos, but I've learned that lesson. So expectations are low. I would rather be pleasantly surprised than disappointed. So let's go out here and see if it works. That's scary enough. So we've got this tree right here that's got some low growth, that tree, and that's what we're gonna try out. I'm not gonna get too heavily involved in it. because we got stuff to do other than this. Like, we got a lot of family activities to do today. Well, let's just try this one and see what it works. Okay, so we had two things here. This was a old cedar stump, and it was really dry, red cedar. You can see, I mean, it's full of ants too. It did not cut super well because it's pretty dry, I think. I think that's why. But then this was that piece of oak that was still wet. Still, I mean, it's right here. It's this. And that cut through it like butter. And that stump is flush with the ground. So I was kind of not optimistic at first cutting that piece of cedar. It did not like it. But it was dry. That wet. That, you know what, let's try something else real quick. We're gonna, one thing. Let's try this real fast. There's probably some disclaimer somewhere that says don't do this, but wow. That is impressive. I mean, this is not a chainsaw. This is a weed eater. And it cut through that like nothing. Like nothing. I'm not gonna try this one because that would be bad. We have a chainsaw for that. But man, just the little amount that we did here. Let's go over here to this other tree and try to trim it up a little bit and get this undergrowth out of the way. I don't know if you're impressed, but I'm overly impressed. And these are still razor sharp. I've hit the ground a couple times. Man, is it ideal to cut things up high with this? No, you probably shouldn't. In fact, I would say I don't recommend it. If you do cut something like that, you definitely are wanting to cut it on a downstroke, because this blade turns this way and will pull down and in. If you go the opposite direction, you've seen it a couple times, this thing kicks back. So you got to be careful and know your equipment. But that's way better than the pole saw I've got. I've got a pole saw attachment for this. In fact, I'm gonna go get it and we're gonna try it out on this other tree and see what the difference is between the two, because I think this thing goes faster. All right, so here's the actual pole saw attachment for this. So we have a actual chainsaw pole saw for this weed eater, not pulse. This is a weed eater. We've got the chain and chainsaw for that, and we also have this new circular saw, brush saw. I'm not sure what to call it. But we're gonna see how this does against a branch as opposed to this. I do love this Echo system because I've got so many little attachments for this thing. It does make it pretty easy to switch between stuff. Just lock it in, screw on the new attachment, start it up, and keep going. So let's try it over here on this other tree. So as you can see, this tree is kind of a little bit of a problem. It has one branch coming off of it that literally hangs all the way to the ground that we need to trim up. Let's see how this pole saw attachment works compared to what I just saw with that brush hog. Alright, so both tools are awesome. This one has a distinct advantage in that I could not have done those cuts I just did with that saw. And I could not have done the cuts that I did with the brush hog saw. It just goes to show you, moreover, that you gotta have the right tool for the right job to make it easy. Pretty awesome. A weed eater. Pretty awesome. So those trees trimmed up really nicely. And that looks so good, and it's gonna be way easier to mow. Way easier to mow around. Because I was having to dodge here and there under branches, try not to hit things, and that's not fun when you're mowing. And speaking of that thing I wanted to show you, the new fun toy that we traded for a lot of work for, check this thing out. Tell me that is not sweet. 60-inch deck. So that is going to make easy work of mowing this 10 acres that we have here. And it's also going to make easy work of taking care of some of the stuff across the street, because there's a lot of that too. Oh, but we've got family stuff today. It's a Saturday. So we are going to get ready to go do all that stuff, celebrate Casey's birthday. Just wanted to touch in with you guys and let you see what's going on. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, thumbs down. It's free country, but comment down below. Let us know how you're doing. And hey, if you're gonna run this out of equipment, be careful and don't let trees fall on you like I did. That did not feel great. Anyway, hope to see you guys on the next video. Have a good one.
Ready? Oh, don't you hit me like that. Oh, don't you do that. Oh, don't you hit me like that.